I feel like I do a lot of tips and tricks videos for the newcomers to Vintage Story, and I will continue on doing those as I go. I love teaching new players new tricks and tips. However, with that being said, if you've been playing Vintage Story for some time, I think I have a few new tricks that may come as a surprise for you, especially if you've been playing this game for quite some time. I guess it depends on how long you've been playing this game. Did you know that if you grab a stack of anything in your inventory and hold Alt and Control at the same time while scrolling down, it will subtract items from a given stack? But if you scroll up, it will add items to a coexisting stack, which is kind of cool. This will drastically increase the speed of your overall management, and I suggest that you use it, my friend. Also, if you decide on making a path and it's too costly, or you simply don't have enough resources, what you can do instead is combine your low quality soil in 6 and you can craft yourself a packed dirt. Packed dirt doesn't look stylish or anything, however, it never grows grass. Occasionally you may find yourself clearing out a path by cutting grass all the freaking time, but if you want to put a good stop to it, I suggest making a packed dirt path and you will never have grass growing ever again. Did you know that in Vintage Story, wood is actually hurting your preservation process quite a bit? As a matter of fact, any wood around your preservation process significantly increases the spoilage rate, and here's a quick way to fix that. The rule of thumb is to always keep anything you're trying to preserve as deep underground as possible because of its natural cold temperatures along with sunlight restrictions. Your best bet is to remove any doors and any wooden material as much as possible to increase your food's longevity. And here's a perfect example of what is happening here. As you can tell, with doors being present, my preserved food will last me over a couple of months, which is still a pretty decent number. However, if I remove my doors, that number goes up in 10-fold. By simply removing my doors, my food will now not expire for over a year instead of being a couple of months. Also, just a quick tip, to start preserving your food, you will need a crock made out of clay, and you can then seal it with either fat or beeswax. It really doesn't matter which one you use. A lot of people have been asking me about my roof design in Vintage Story, so this roof in particular is called sod roof. I've clearly overabused it a little bit around my village because it is literally in every single house I have. To my understanding, this thing can still be struck by lightning and basically set my whole entire village to flames. That's why I decided to play it safe a little bit and placed multiple lightning rods around my village. I also have a bunch of people telling me that the placement of my lightning rods isn't correct and I should probably replace them, but my question is, what's wrong with them? And especially the way they're currently set up. Are you guys trolling or just genuinely looking out for me? Please explain. Just asking for a friend here. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about my sod roof design, it is by far my personal favorite because if you try to recreate that Hobbit looking village, this roof is definitely a way to go about it. Sod roof takes a medium quality soil, grass, and planks. So technically speaking, as long as you find excessive amounts of medium quality soil around your village, or at least around the area where you want to build, you can easily make this sustainable. And who doesn't want their base to look like a Hobbit village from Lord of the Rings? Not saying that I'm fully succeeding at it, but this is definitely by far probably the most creative village I've ever recreated so far. So I do have a couple more ideas coming your way. I'd like to challenge it later. But yeah, what do you guys think about this design?